Hi guys, this is Jacqui Cooper with both JCooperTravels as well as Love Travel Scotland, and I'm here today with Yvette MacDonald and Kat Brogan, and we're super excited to have everyone on today's podcast because the purpose of our Facebook group is to feature and highlight businesses within Scotland and to learn about different local hideaways and other secrets that we might not normally get from traditional sites. So Yvette and Kat, thank you so much for being on the podcast and welcome. Yvette, would you like to share a little bit about your background and kick us off for the start?
Yeah, hi, thanks Jacqui. Hi to Kat as well. My name's Yvette and I'm in Aberdeen. I'm a mum of four. My background is in social care, and then I branched out into travel a couple of years ago, and also into cryptocurrency. So I'm a bit of a digital entrepreneur. And with the times during COVID, we thought it would be a great idea to bring our travel and promote some, economy movement in the local community and around Scotland, because it's such a beautiful place when we can all get moving.
Kat, why don't you introduce yourself and the business that you have been developing and are sharing, because we're super excited to have you on the podcast.
And lovely to be here. Lovely to see you both. So I'm Kat Brogan. I'm Managing Director of Mercat Tours, which is our family business, 35 years old this year, begun by my father back in 1985. And we offer storytelling experiences around the old town of Edinburgh, all beginning at the Mercat Cross.
So do you have a website if there are listeners or other individuals that would like to connect with you? What is your website? Even though for those that might not be familiar with podcasts, that will be in the little block that's down below.
Sure. Mercattours.com. So that's MERCAT tours.com.
So since we've been in this COVID environment, how has your business been doing, and how can we help you with anything that you might be involved with?
That one for me.
Yeah, that one's for you.
Yeah, just checking. We have relaunched the business now 6 weeks ago. We took our time, deliberately went on the go slow, as it were, to make sure that we could keep everybody safe. Our team, our visitors, it was absolutely paramount. When you're a family business, it's really important that we could make sure everyone could be safe and feel safe. So we have begun again our storytelling experiences, and so much is still familiar. We've put a lot of measures in place to keep everybody safe, but actually storytelling, spending time with people, reconnecting with the past, reconnecting with perhaps friends and family that you're on the tour with, is just such a comfort. And all our team are delighted to be back on the Royal Mile, back at the Mercat Cross, welcoming the visitors that we do have. Not as many as we would like, however, we're getting there. And it just reminds everybody what a beautiful city we have and remarkable history we have to share. And that is one of the most human things you can do, is to connect through storytelling, and that's what we do.
So how would, where are you exactly? Tell a little bit more about your location and how, the tours that you provide. And then also, do you do any virtual tours, or is it all just kind of the walk and the physical?
Sure. Okay, I'm going to go a bit further back to explain the answer here. Mercat Tours actually began in a classroom 35 years ago, when my dad, as a history teacher, believed that history was a damn good story, and what it needed was a damn good telling. So what he did was he took his class of kids out into the old town of Edinburgh, the best classroom you could possibly have. But when he was doing it, he suddenly saw the class get bigger as visitors were jumping on thinking it was a tour. That was in 1985. And from that, Mercat Tours was born, and we took our name from the Mercat Cross. And you'll know, Yvette, there's a Mercat Cross in every town and village across Scotland, because right. Mercat was the Scots word for market. And that's where trading would take place, entertainment, punishment would take place, royal proclamations in Edinburgh, being the capital. But most importantly for us, if you were to go to a town or village and need guidance, like a taxi, you would go to the Mercat Cross and you would get a guide, and they would lead you wherever you wanted to go. And giving them an extra couple of pennies, you would get the stories of the day as well. So basically that's where we are. We're at the Mercat Cross because we're maintaining the tradition of locals welcoming visitors, showing them the sights of the old town and sharing the stories as they go. So we don't currently do virtual tours. We are very much about the personal experience on the ground. What we are doing is on all our social channels, so that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel, we're sharing lots of videos of our team sharing their favourite stories, their anecdotes, tales from the mile, and that's not just the Royal Mile, but also the Blair Street Underground vaults, which we've got exclusive access to. So there's plenty of material, photographs, videos, everything to find on our social channels.
You know what's really cool about this? My daughter and I, we did a backpack train tour of going from London up to Scotland and down to Wales. And I believe that we were on one of your tours because we went into the vaults. And I can probably find a picture of Ariana at one of those crosses. You know, and you often ask the audience to come up and interact. And
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
So more memorable.
Yeah, exactly. So she was one of the victims, but she totally enjoyed it, you know, and I definitely, you know, I can speak from experience in terms of the wealth of knowledge that your guides have, and being able to wander within the various, you know, parts of the city and learn about the history by doing that. It was so much fun, and it's something that I know my daughter and I love. So.
Oh, great! Delighted to hear it.
Yeah. So, how are your tours right now? Have they started again? Are they stopping? How are you doing this?
We took the decision to close all tours a week before lockdown back in March because it was just the right thing to do. And then we watched and learned and listened to our visitors, to our team. And after 5 months, we relaunched with safety measures in place, which include smaller groups, which includes Tour Talk, which are live listening devices, which means everyone can distance but also still hear the storyteller. We also have hand sanitizer on site, and we make sure that anywhere we visit is large enough to allow everyone to have that safe space. And of course, everybody wears the face mask and face covering. So that was all established and we launched at the end of August. And I'm thrilled to say that we've had a rush of 5-star reviews. Our team have adjusted, which I knew they would. They're brilliant, they're 5-star. And visitors are happy, the team is happy, and everyone is safe. And that's what's really important.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yvette, before we wrap up, is there any last question that you would like to ask of Kat?
Kat, where would you say would be your most popular tourist attraction?
In the world or in...
In Scotland. Let's narrow it down a little bit.
Oh, Jings. Do you know, I grew up next to the sea in Edinburgh, so I love the sea. And of course, Scotland has got such incredible coastline, like the one you've got behind you there. Yes. I have to say, one of my all-time favourite places is a tiny place in the west coast called Colonsay. It's an island with under 100 people living in it. And it's got a bird sanctuary, and you can hear the seals singing out across the water.
Oh, wow.
So it's a beautiful place to visit. Yeah, so Colonsay.
Fantastic.
We'll have to explore that for sure.
We will.
Thank you, Kat, for being on. I know that there'll be follow-up podcasts that we'll be doing to feature, you know, various tours and history, because we love everything that you're doing. Thank you so much, and definitely keep up all the great work.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.